Please help me welcome Toastmaster Alif with a speech title AGI, we are doomed. AGI, we are doomed. Toastmaster Alif.
Have you ever watched the AI movie that is in 2001? Have you ever watched that movie? No. The 2001 AI movie where the boy got abandoned by his mother. The boy is an AI adopted by his mother, and the boy got abandoned because the boy is not a real boy, and he wanted to become a real boy. And so what happens after that? 2000 years later in the movie, the AI takes over the world, and they met the boy, and the boy is still alive, even though it's 2000 years later, because he's an AI. And the boy, granted, the boy has a wish that where the mother, she wants the mother to live with him for one day. So the AI comes and grants his wish on that day. Aliens, yeah, aliens that are AI. It's not aliens in the other planets, but it's AI. We are doomed. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. What is AGI? Over the past few weeks, past few months, 2023 has been a year of AI. ChatGPT, and then the AI buzzword suddenly came off during the January in 2023, and it's still trending now. People are all talking about it. But then there's one AI that will make us doom, and that's AGI. AGI is artificial general intelligence, where it will be smarter than human. It will make works. It will do works that humans do, and it will surpass human brilliance. You know, when I was in college past few months, I discovered about ChatGPT, and I was just a normal student in a college who don't know how to code, even though I took computer science, but I did not know how to code. So it was a blessing for me actually to have ChatGPT coming to my life in December 2022 when I used it in my assignments. But that's not the story. The story is we had our Toastmasters club in Cyberjaya, and we have the agenda, right? So, and it's tedious for excos to do agenda. Before meeting, you have to create the agenda where you have assigned names you put inside the agenda before the meeting day. So what I did was, maybe we can come up with something that can automate the agenda making in Toastmasters. So because there is ChatGPT, so I asked ChatGPT, can you make a program or a system that can automate agenda making for Toastmasters clubs? And guess what? It answers me. But then, of course, it's just a general answer. So I have to make my question specific. So I asked ChatGPT, how do I make inside the group of WhatsApp? Because we Malaysians, we use WhatsApp, right? Because we love WhatsApp and we use it every day. Even agenda, we use WhatsApp. Other than the clubs in the US where they have their websites. But us Malaysians, we are different breed. We use WhatsApp. So I asked ChatGPT, how do I make someone inside the group chats to listen to all the messages so that it can read the message of the agenda sign up list. And then this ChatGPT suggested me to make a bot. And for those of you who have background in coding, I was using a WhatsApp JS library made by someone in some other country, very kind. He made that library and I use it to make my bot, to make the bot of Toastmasters in Cyberjaya group chat. It was illegal, but it was legal for the serve of the community. So, and then it asked me to, and I asked, how do I make this, to listen and then to pass the data into a sheet? We use agenda, we use Excel, but ChatGPT suggested me instead using Google Sheets. Well, Google Sheets, we can collaborate. You can share, we can collaborate with other people to edit the cells. So I asked ChatGPT, how can I pass the data from the WhatsApp to Google Sheets? And ChatGPT answered me, use Google Sheets API. For those of you who don't know, API is like a mediator between database and also the client side. The client meaning the laptop that you use now, the phone, those are clients. And the database is the data that we put whenever we fill in forms, the data gets passed to the database. So the API acts as something that takes the data and passes the data like that. So it's like a waiter in a restaurant. So the ChatGPT told me to use API, but then I don't know API. I'm just a normal computer science student. So I said, ChatGPT, please give me the code. And it gives me the code. Just imagine that. We are doomed. Software engineers are doomed. So it gave me the code and I said, okay, modify this to our specific agenda list because we have our agenda list for our club. So make it specific to listen to all the messages in our agenda list. And it suggested me to use regular expression. That's another computer science term. Regular expression is where you take a word. For example, look at this whiteboard. Word of the day, ethereal. Word of the day is the keyword. Ethereal is the input or the data. So regular expression will read the word of the day and will identify that ethereal is the word of the day. So that is regex. So ChatGPT asked me to use regex. So I rejects out of the agenda list all the keywords, the speaker 1, speaker 2, type topic speaker, and I did not code it, of course. So please, ChatGPT, give me the code. And it gave me the code. We are doomed. So, and then I tested inside the WhatsApp group. When I tested, the data gets passed to the Google Sheets automatically. Whenever I click the enter, the data is inside the Google Sheets. Just like that. We don't have to manually input the names of the speakers and put inside the Google Sheets. It's already there. It's automated. So I have created a system to automate agenda making. It was not me. It was AI. If it was me, I would just drop out of my university and work already. But it was AI that helped me. Not only help, but do most of the work. Ladies and gentlemen, AI is taking over our lives. We have seen a year of AI development. Can you imagine ChatGPT is the fastest product that reached 1 billion user surpasses Instagram. Instagram had 1 billion users in 6 months, but ChatGPT, 2 months. We are doomed. Ladies and gentlemen, AI has actually been here since 1950s and then 2000s. The period of 2000s to 2010 and 2010 to 2020, the AI already there. The TikTok that you scroll, it uses AI. The Facebook that you scroll, it uses AI. But that AI is what we call this as autopilot. Now, post 2023 and in the future, AI is becoming our co-pilot. Like Iron Man, he has Jarvis. We have our ChatGPT as our AI co-pilot existing in our lives. But of course, now we don't have AGI yet. Because AGI, when we have AGI, we can do, the robot can do anything that we are doing now. Such as perhaps, if you are in finance, the AI will, calculate everything automatically. And then if you are in HR, the AI can detect which one is good and which one is bad. And then if you are in broadcasting, a news broadcaster, AI can have your voice. There's one company called 11 Labs that they do voice in AI. So when you put your own voice into the AI, it's your own voice, but it's AI generated. But it sounds very, very you. Try it, 11 Labs. But that's just the beginning. We are just 1 year. So we have lots of years to go. And the CEO of OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, said that AGI will perhaps come in 5 years. We are doomed. We are doomed in 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, recently in the past few weeks, the creator of ChatGPT, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, was fired from OpenAI by some internal committees. And rumors said that he was ousted because they have developed some kind of system that can act as AGI. It's already here. So they sack Altman because Sam Altman is someone who's very ambitious. He wants to just publish things. But then about AI safety, how about AI safety, AI privacy? So those have to take concerns, because if you ask ChatGPT how to make drugs, it cannot. But some other user who is very smart, he can manipulate ChatGPT to make drugs. That's where AI regulation takes place, where we regulate AI and we keep people from using AI dangerously. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, AI is here, it's already here, and we are in the beginning of the future. AGI will be happening in like 5 years, 10 years, and we will soon be doomed. So please, if you have any questions for me about AI, AGI in general, please do ask me. I can answer that. So yes, Dr. Wan.
Yes, so we are doomed. So how do we undo ourselves?
How do we undo ourselves? That's
Control the AGI. We have to start with technology, or how we optimize this technology to make our life better. But we cannot stop AI or AGI. Is already there. It will useful. How do we use it so that we can benefit without having impact on the job for the future?
Thank you so much, Dr. Wang, for the question. How to use AI without impacting our lives, right? And because it's already there, so we have to use it. And there's some saying in outside there where those who who know how to use AI will take over the world instead of those who don't. So how do we live in this world is to be able to know the prompt techniques of how to prompt ChatGPT, of how do we ask questions to ChatGPT and make use of that in our work. For example, for me coding, for me to prompt, we have to prompt it specifically. We have to know the framework first. We have to know the knowledge first so that we know how to prompt. So the user itself have to know the knowledge first beforehand of something before he proceeds to ChatGPT or other AI to ask. So in this time, because ChatGPT is the interface where we interact with AI and we type text questions. So that's the only that's where we could go in prompting technique. So perhaps in the next year, in next future, there are some AI that can cook or perhaps conduct a Toastmasters meeting.
Maybe robot.
Yes.
AI and robot, what's the difference?
Robot nowadays, they are programmed by programmers to do tasks. But when AI is integrated into robots, the robot itself can do decisions without humans' intervention. So the robot with AI will be taking over the world. Did I answer your question? Thank you so much, Dr. Wan. And Zuhair?
Just curious whether this AI can they team up with among themselves to maybe against human race?
It's a very good question, Toastmaster Zuhair. Can AI team up and fight against us? I think that it's still a science fiction and hopefully will be science fiction because AI now lives in server. So we have kill switch where we can just turn off the switch if the AI gets too angry or wants to take over our world. So we can just turn off the switch. But it runs on electricity and sits on server. So we can just kill the switch. But I don't know the future. Maybe. That's why if you ask ChatGPT, please use the word please. Or else, if AI takes over the world, they will target those people who use ChatGPT who don't use please. All right. Yes, Maxine.
I know of a company, I read in the news of a company that fired the staff because of using ChatGPT for work. So I just wonder whether there is any rules, for example, in the company, I'm sure you have experience. How about your university? Do they have rules on ChatGPT usage for doing your assignments or submitting your exam result or so on?
Thank you so
much. Exam result.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mengzi. Yes, the workplace where the workers get banned for using ChatGPT is because of privacy, where the company afraid if the ChatGPT has the data of the company, that's why he's get fired. But in terms of university, I think the KPT, Kementerian Pelajaran Tinggi or the Ministry of Higher Education, they have already put the rules on how to implement ChatGPT in our education, but it's not enforced. So we students, we
are free to submit
with
using ChatGPT.
Yes, and if the lecturer detects it, because there's a tool to detect ChatGPT text, but that tool is not reliable. Even if you do it yourself, the ChatGPT tool detector can detect it as AI too, so that's not reliable. So what we do as students is we will paraphrase it inside a Killbot and send the assignments. And and that's where we get high marks. Killbot, yes. But then in terms of enforcement, I don't think there's any issue. I mean, there's any, if you read Reddit, there are quite lots of places in the US universities where the lecturers catch the students use ChatGPT literally. But here in Malaysia, we have those cases, but because the student forgot to remove the obvious words that ChatGPT always use. At the end of the essay, there is something usually, please note that, then we can detect that the student is using ChatGPT. Or maybe there are at the top of the essay, and then the student, and then there's a text saying, here's your blah 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 blah. So he forgot to remove that, and the teacher detect is using ChatGPT. So that's Malaysia.
So that means there's a rule against using ChatGPT lah.
Yeah, there is.
I see.
But the rules allow it. But
I think they allow ChatGPT, but not to answer to help you do research,
yeah, it's true.
study, but not to answer your assignment, something that is optional. But you can use ChatGPT if you want to do your research to help you to do the assignment, but not to take the result of the ChatGPT totally to assignment, but to help you to answer that. From that, you have to add on your own idea to assist can, but not just ChatGPT. So that is totally not allowed. Meaning you just copy and paste, right? So
Yeah,
that
that's
is what you read and then you think, maybe you add on, you know it's correct. You take other stuff, then I think that is allowed, but not just ChatGPT. But how to differentiate that is one of the way is, I think, is for lecturer to know the student is suddenly in class is stupid, and then suddenly the essay is very excellent. So this is really ChatGPT. So
Maybe they outsource it.
some people they also PhD. They are PhD students. They ask some of the lecturer to do PhD for them. They can pay. So you don't need AI. Even the individual can become AI. So that is not being addressed, right? So ethics, how to instill the ethics inside the student. That's another issue.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wan, for that. Yes, it's true. The rules, in fact, our ministry encourages us to use ChatGPT, but within certain guidelines. Thank you very much, everyone, for the questions. And people, we are doomed in the future. Please use AI. Please know how to use AI in nowadays. And please, for now, GPT-4 is our AI, the nearest to AGI, but we don't know what happens in the next 5 years. Thank you very much, everyone. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.